Hi, my name is Abir and I'm from Skill Curb, and today we will be looking at joins in Looker Studio. Data blending in Looker Studio lets you create charts based on multiple data sources. Separate data sources, not just those from the same application, can be combined as long as they're comparable. So here in our dataset, we will be comparing datasets for current and previous churn data, and the combined dataset will be called as monthly churn. And from this combined data, we will be creating visuals. Customer churn is a vital problem for any subscription business. The dashboard in this lab presents an analysis of customer churn phenomena for a broadband service provider. In this lab, we will talk you through the process of building the dashboard. You will understand the relevant churn metrics and how blending can be used to calculate them in Looker Studio. So this is what the console looks like. To start creating the dashboard, first you must set up the data source in the Looker Studio. So let's connect to our data source by clicking on Create and then select Data Source. Now from here we have multiple options to connect to our data, but for now we will be connecting by File Upload. You can choose the dataset from your computer and it will take some time to upload. Once it is uploaded, you can just simply click on Connect, and here you can see our tables from the dataset. These are the tables we will be using to create our dashboards. Next, just click on Create Report to start building a dashboard. Update the report name to Customer Churn Data. Now choose Page and then current page setting from the menu and make sure the data source and the data range dimensions are chosen appropriately. Set the default data range as fixed date range with start date set to July 1, 2020 and the end date set to June 30, 2022. Now click on Apply. This ensures that the date range control on the dashboard will show the date range by default instead of the select date range. From the Style tab, increase the canvas size to 1500 by 1800, and this can be adjusted as per your needs. First, to implement the key metrics, you must create a blended data source. So to do that, select the source and then click on Manage Blends, and then select Add a Blend. Under Table 1, set the billing month to dimensions and set the date range as billing month as well. Add another dimension as previous billing month. For metric, you need to add billing month and rename that as current month revenue. Add another metric as existing customer revenue and rename that as current month existing customer revenue. Add another metric as new customer revenue and rename that as current month new customer revenue. Next, click on Join another table and click on the customer churn data as data source. Now, to configure the join, only the previous billing month in table number 1 should be linked to billing month in table number 2. Click Save. You can remove the previous billing month from the dimensions and the billing month too. Just keep the one that is linked. Next, select the metric as bill month and rename that as previous month revenue. Add another metric as existing customer revenue and rename that as previous month existing customer revenue. Add another metric as churned customer revenue and rename it as previous month churned customer revenue. And add another last metric as non-churned customer revenue and rename it as previous month non-churned customer revenue. Make sure that you follow the joins this way. Next, just click on Save and then Close. Let's create our visuals. Let's create an overall customer churn rate scorecard. Choose the monthly churn blend as the data source chart. Click on the default metric that was added and just select Create Field. Rename the field as Overall Churn Rate. Enter the formula as follows. Set the type from numeric to percentage and just simply click on apply. From the chart, select scorecard as your visual, and from the style tab, increase the font size to 48. For the average monthly churn rate scorecard, use the monthly churn rate field from the monthly churn blend. Set the aggregation to average. I will fast forward it and show you how this is done. To show the variation from the target value of 0.87%, I have used another scorecard and annotated it with the text control. Arrange these components close to each other to make them look like a single unit. For this scorecard, we will also add two conditional formatting rules to show the value in the red color when the variation is greater than 0 and in green color when the variation is 0 or negative. To depict the number of customers lost and acquired per month on the average for the selected period as a scorecard with respective sparklines to provide the general trend information, we will show the net new customer acquired metric in the same way. Use the customer churn data as the data source and grab the average customer churn per month and rename it as customer lost per month. From the style tab, use the decimal place to 0. We will follow the exact same way to place a scorecard for customer acquired per month and the net new customer per month. I will fast forward this so that we can make the spark line for each of these. To make the spark line for the first scorecard, we will simply choose Has Customer Churned and make sure that your billing month in the dimension is set as year month. Similarly, for the next scorecard, we will do the same but use the Is New Customer Account field. And for the last scorecard, we will use the Net New Customer for this and we will set our data to percentage. There, you can see our scorecards along with the spark lines. Now we can create multiple other graphs using the dimensions and measures in such a way that they are representable to the audience. I will fast forward the rest of the graphs and show you the final look of the dashboard. It takes some experimentations to arrive at a layout that works with the data visualizations involved. Place the high-level metrics at the top of the dashboard and detail the breakdown below them. A good way to organize the metrics is by grouping the customer churn and revenue churn. The detailed charts depicting the customer churn can be arranged around the questions of when customer churn, why they churn, and which customer churn. This is how our final dashboard looks like. We have our overview tab in which there is customer churn data, and on the other hand we have our revenue churn data, and these are according to per month. If we scroll down, we have the data about when, why, and which of the customer churn. This ends our lab here. I hope that you understood how we can join tables and make a blend. With that blended data, we make our dashboard. Thank you so much for watching.